So I heard you want to beat the Lost Sector fast. Now I'll be running this Lost Sector with a very specific build that I made a whole video on. I'll briefly describe the build in this video, but I highly recommend watching the build video to fully understand how to utilize it. The link to that will be in the description. The exotic armor in rotation today will also be in the top line of the description on this video. And with that out of the way, let's hop right into the guide. Alright, so for today's build, we're going to be using my Arc Warlock build with Sanguine Alchemy. Now this build is absolutely insane. It is actually, in my opinion, the best build for Warlock this season. For our weapons, we're going to be using the Hand Cannon to stun unstoppable champions. Cold Heart is here because of its heavy damage and heavy build synergy along with stunning Overload champions, and the Swarm is also here for that heavy damage and heavy build synergy. Now there is so much going on with this build, so guys, I highly recommend checking out the full video before continuing with this guide. I mean, we're talking about 25% damage resistance infinitely, 17% damage boost infinitely, infinite turrets, infinite healing rips. Definitely going to want to check that out. But with that being said, let's hop right into the guide. Now the first thing you're going to do when you enter this Lost Sector is there's going to be a couple of ads standing right in front of you, so I'm going to pop my Rift down to get that nice 17% damage bonus, and we're just going to start melting them. Now you see there's these Screebs. These Screebs are a common theme in this Lost Sector. A lot of them are going to try to sneak up on you, so you're going to want to watch out for that. But as you can see, we dealt with them really easily, and now we just have the Unstoppable Champion. Now, we got him half HP when he is across the map. We are not in optimal machine gun range, but we are just absolutely melting him. Because this build is insane, we see we have the ×2 arc weapon damage boost, which is 17% from our Rift. Additionally, we are amplified, so we're getting a nice 25% damage resist. There is so much more going on with this build, so if you didn't, I recommend watching that build video before you actually watch this guide, guys. There's so much going on that I can't explain it in the 6 minutes that this run actually is. So dealing with them, we're going to proceed forward. Now there's these little trip mines that slow you down, speared out across this section of the Lost Sector. Super annoying stuff. Not going to want to let that do anything to you. There's also a bunch of ads are going to spawn, and there's these guys on the left side. Now you can deal with these left side guys first, but I like to deal with all of them at once because it just gives you faster runs. But if you want to have an easier time, deal with those guys left side first. There's a bunch of Screebs and there's an Unstoppable Champion, but you could do it this way if you're feeling a little more confident. Now keep in mind, you're going to want to deal with that sniper guy in the back of the map as soon as possible. Like, I am taking quite a while here to take care of him. Then we have this Unstoppable here, and we're just gonna, again, just beam him down. I mean, now that we're getting full damage, you can see what I was talking about. I mean, just one stun was enough to absolutely kill him, and he wasn't even stunned for, you know, the last 25% of his HP. Absolutely melted him. Deal with that guy, and then there's gonna be the rest of the Screebs, but we threw our nade at them. There's a few more Screebs that are running. These guys are, you know, they ventured off from the pack there. Now, we see the sniper in the back, but we have a perfect range where he's not really going to be able to deal with us because we have, you know, that nice cover with the rock. I feel like he is going to snipe us once or twice here, but at this point in time we are good. We're going to deal with the Screebs in front of us. Nothing else is going to come up behind us, and we have the Overload right in our face that we are just beaming down with our nice trace rifle. Now, I have to stand out in the open. I'm definitely going to get sniped at this point in time. But again, we're just watching out for the Screebs. I don't know how that sniper's missing me, by the way. He's the worst player in the game. But yeah, now we dealt with the Overload. So what's going to happen now is you're going to move forward, and there's going to be a few more waves of some Thrall. Of some Screebs, rather. And they're no problem at all. But after we deal with them, the door will actually open. There's going to be a couple of waves of them, actually. But it's no problem. Deal with them. Deal with the sniper finally. Get that guy out of the way. Really, really poor flinch. It's not flinch, but you know what I mean on that guy. But we deal with him, and now we'll move forward. But actually, if the door is not opening, there's going to be another wave, as you can see. I don't know what's up with that. There's like a ton of waves of Screeb in this Lost Sector, but they're really easy to deal with, guys. And another wave of Screeb. I mean, what is going on here, Bungie? This is just this is just artificial lengthening of the Lost Sector runs. Not really sure what's up with that, but this Lost Sector is really easy. I mean, watching this guide, you're going to know where everything's going to come from. There's actually one more Unstoppable that we're going to deal with. Get rid of that little slowdown thing. And we're just melting him with our machine gun, so we're not really worried about him at all. Deal with him. Boom, and now we can move forward. Finally. 4 minutes deep. Now, this next section is actually going to be the boss room. So in this area, first thing that's going to happen is a bunch of ads are going to jump up on top of you. You're going to want to break that, because if an ad breaks that, it's probably going to kill you when coupled with their damage. As you can see, they're jumping up. Now, one thing you're going to want to watch out for is those void grenades. You're definitely going to want to grab some type of void resist mod on your chest, because those void grenades just do a ton of damage. Like, they can actually one-shot you, especially if you're unaware that something was throwing it at you. It'll definitely kill you. So definitely going to want to stack, you know, at least 1 void resist mod, 2 if you can. Get rid of these immunity things. They're super annoying. They do damage to you. They slow you down. Plus, they make ads immune while they're jumping up on top of you. Gonna stun this last overload in the back. Switch to our machine gun for some damage. Go back to the overload. Go back to the trace rifle for the stunning effect. Now keep in mind, when you deal with overload champions, you're going to want to make sure your trace rifle is always charged, because the second that they stop being unstunned, you need to be hitting them with your trace rifle. Otherwise, they will start healing very, very quickly with this difficulty, guys. So yeah, after dealing with him, a couple more ads are going to jump up top. Just deal with them really easily. I mean, they're really no trouble at all. Now, after clearing out enough ads, the boss will actually spawn in, and then we will just absolutely melt him. I mean, we're just going to do everything from this position. We might jump down once or twice, but honestly, you don't really need to. I do recommend just standing on top of here, as that's going to give you, you know, the best clearage. You know, it's going to give you the best position to do damage to him. I mean, you see, we absolutely just melted the boss with our Chaos Reach, and that is part of the reason why this arc build is so strong this season. There is a constant arc surge. So you gotta love that. And at this point in time, we could just run up and grab the chest. I mean, you know, that's a 5-minute clear. And keep in mind, we are 20 levels underpowered. We might even be 30. Because the point of these guides is to help you guys. I don't want to do it as fast as possible, because I don't really think that's going to be helping. But yeah, just like that, we got a really nice clear, really easy lost sector today. And that's going to be the guide, guys. Don't forget to watch the build video. Hopefully this helped. If it did, be sure to subscribe, as I post lost sector guides daily. Either way, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Peace.